Patrick Hostas here. Just wanted to give you an update on what the current information is about the tragedy out of Las Vegas. So in my opinion, at this moment, we the public really just don't know enough information to really say anything about this guy's motive. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of stuff going on throughout the internet, and I think a lot of it's just way too early to be going in that direction. I mean, we have no idea who the investigators are looking into, and I'm certain they don't want to telegraph what they're about to do or warrants they're about to serve or things like that. So I think just because the investigation isn't releasing things to us as fast as we the public would like, it doesn't mean that there's a conspiracy theory going on or something like that. I think it's a little too early. Now, if this goes on for a few more days and things start not making sense, and then I'll be the first one to say, okay, something's going on here. But I mean, a day into this, it's just we're getting a little too much, I think, with the conspiracy theories that I see. But that's just my opinion. And obviously, this is what's on Drudge right now. So they're looking into the shooter's girlfriend. I believe, I just heard on Fox News she's on her way back, apparently, from the Philippines, supposedly. But along with what I was saying, a lot of misinformation's coming out along with the good information. But down here it goes on. Las Vegas, the investigation into the motives of the Las Vegas retiree who killed 58 people, I thought it was 59, and worst mass shooting in modern U.S. history turned on Tuesday to the gunman's girlfriend in the Philippines, where she turned up after the massacre, authorities say. Alright, this, allegedly it looks like some photos were leaked online of the crime scene at the Mandalay Hotel there in Las Vegas, where this scumbag opened fire on all these innocent people. And if you scroll down, this is the photo there, and you can see the weapons on the floor here. You can see his feet there after it looks like he killed himself, I guess. I'm assuming that's the window where he was firing out of. You can see the curtains there. But on the table, looks like there's a note under, I guess that's tape they put under it. I don't know what that is, marker or something. But so I don't know. It just looks like a piece of paper. So it's not enough detail to know if it actually says anything useful on there. But anyway, that seems to be the rumor, that there is a note. So maybe it left some clue as to why he perpetrated this crime. This is interesting. It looks like the shooter, Stephen Paddock, wired $100,000 to the Philippines last week, which happens to be where his girlfriend was, or going to, or somehow connected to. Story says Las Vegas shooter Stephen Paddock wired $100,000 to an account in his living girlfriend's home country, the Philippines, and the week before he unleashed the worst mass shooting in modern U.S. history, according to multiple senior law enforcement officials. So that's really interesting. I'd really like to know, I mean, what is it with this money and him wiring it there? I mean, it could be multiple things. Maybe this was a routine thing he did and he wired money there for to live on, or for a family, or who knows, for investments. There's a million stories, but it could also be something a lot less common than that. It could be, something to do with, I don't know. What kind of sticks out in my mind is right before the 9/11 terror attacks, a lot of those guys seem to, they actually returned the money back to headquarters before they launched the attack. I don't know. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened here. I'm just saying it just kind of struck me, because I remember hearing that story about those guys in 9/11, right before they were about to perpetrate the attack. They actually turned the money back into their controllers or whatever in Afghanistan or wherever they were at. So, just a little unusual, but who knows? I'm sure the law enforcement's going to get to the bottom of it, but I just think, money is always a huge motivation. And for, this guy was supposedly in such bad money trouble, but he seemed to be able to spend an awful lot of money whenever he wanted to. According to what I was hearing on the radio today and on the news and things like that, he was a bit of a whale out there in Las Vegas. He had Players Club status and all that. So this isn't your typical shooter And now, you know, the sheriff did mention, which is what the key article is right now on Drudge Report, did he get radicalized or something like that? Let me see if we can bring up where the sheriff says that. But, see, during a live press conference, Clark County Sheriff Joe Lombardo revealed that the Las Vegas gunman Stephen Paddock may have been radicalized and that authorities were attempting to uncover the source of his radicalization. And let's see, make sure, turn it up so you can hear it. Ah, might be a little too loud. Let's see.
You heard me say that we're comfortable that we have the suspect in custody, but something more may come of that investigation. And I want to understand the motivation that you described, okay, to prevent any future incidents. And, did this person get radicalized unbeknownst to us? And we want to identify that source.
So, that's interesting. Could mean something, could mean nothing, I don't know. I mean, I don't think a person typically lives, 64 years old and, has, allegedly, from what I've heard, a couple million in the bank, all of a sudden decides to go and shoot a whole bunch of people. Another thing I heard, I didn't see it on here, I don't think, but I heard that he apparently tried to rent out a hotel room during a hip-hop concert they had around the same venue. So I don't know if he tried to target a hip-hop concert or something prior to doing this. That would be quite a revelation if that was the case. That would show that there's probably not much ideology connected to it. He just wanted mass casualties and didn't really care how. But again, like I said in the very beginning, a lot of rumors and a lot of, not knowing what's true. So who knows what the facts are at this point. We get a little bit, here and there we can depend on, but a lot of it, we're having to sift through. And unfortunately, when you have this period of sifting through, that's when, conspiracy theories tend to take hold. And sometimes, look at some of the more historic examples of conspiracy theories, the JFK and things like that are unsettled to this day. So it would be nice if this doesn't become something like that, but history will have to write that, I guess. A barista says that he was sleep deprived, berated girlfriend. I mean, I read the article, it wasn't a whole lot to it. Basically, the guy was just kind of a jerk to her, nothing horribly bad, but I mean, I kind of don't think he's the only jerk in Las Vegas. Matter of fact, I used to live there, and I know he's not, or wasn't. So, I don't know how much we can read into that. ISIS claims revenge. I did a video about this yesterday where I showed that Fox News video that happened in May where they were saying ISIS was calling on lone wolves to attack. One thought that went through my mind, I have nothing to back this up, it's just a thought, that perhaps maybe ISIS pays people to pull these type of things. That's one thought that went through my head, in the sky. If maybe he did have these money problems, but he does have a couple million in the bank, maybe it's because somebody gave it to him to do something. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I have nothing to back that up or anything like that. It was just a thought. But ISIS, however, is trying to claim, that this was their guy and they inspired it or were controlling this guy or whatever. Bragging that Las Vegas shooting is revenge for U.S. attacks against their caliphate. I mean, they're so desperate, they'd probably take credit for anything. I mean, I don't know how much we can read into this, and I'm not saying it's 100% that ISIS is involved, but they certainly cannot be ruled out. And like the police officer there just said, I mean, this guy, something radicalized him in some way. I don't know, maybe the guy got, oh, you're gonna die, and, you've got some horrible disease, you're going to die soon, so he decided to do this craziness. Who knows? Another thing I heard, I think I saw that on Drudge, was that there's a possibility he filmed himself during doing this atrocity. What did he know? Yeah, right here. So, in the New York Post, says Las Vegas gunman filmed himself during slaughter. Las Vegas madman Stephen Paddock set up a camera inside the hotel room to capture his deadly shooting rampage and other surveillance in the hallway to alert him his cops closed in on him, according to reports. The shooter had at least one lens set up to tape himself as he unleashed hell on thousands of unsuspecting concert goers several hundred yards below the Ritzy Casino suite. According to ABC News, apparently knowing cops would eventually catch up to him, he also wired cameras in the hallway outside his room so he could see when the heat was getting close. So, there you go. That means there's a possibility there's a video out there, and who knows, he might have said something on that video before he did this that will give us some indication of why he did this. But at the end of the day, it's a senseless act, and you know, it's unfortunately America seems to be becoming more and more divided by the day, and you know, we're kind of reaching max Q, the moment of max pressure on our society, and it'll be we really need to come together and identify ourselves as Americans and unify in the face of this madness. Otherwise, the country will fall. But anyway, that's the update on what's going on in the Mandalay Bay shooting investigation. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any insight or any thoughts into what this madman's possible motives for this massacre may have been. This has been Patrick Costas.